All right, we're back here at Manhattan Beach Toyota, and today I have the Behemoth, the 2021 Toyota Land Cruiser. I want to give you a look at it. Keep in mind, I haven't seen very many of these, so you're going to get a first look along with me. We don't really get a lot of Land Cruisers, so I'm interested to see what this one looks like. Let's go take a look at this. So one of the first things I noticed when driving this car is how heavy it feels, which is a good thing when you're driving a big SUV. You want to feel like a tank, and I literally, like, that's the first thing that comes into my mind. It feels like you've got a ton of power in it, so that no matter what, I know that I'm going to be comfortable towing with this. The brakes feel strong, everything feels good. It's got nice pickup, but it has that huge feeling to it that, you know, out of my way. Taking the turns, it doesn't handle like a huge SUV. It handles more like maybe like the RAV4 Highlander. Everything is nice in reach of the driver. Steering wheel feels good. All my controls up here, navigation, my home button, etc. So the first thing you notice if you're an SUV fan of Toyota is this thing is huge. It is a large SUV. It feels like a large SUV when you get in it. Some of the things I like right off the bat, I like the side rails when you're looking at a bigger SUV. It's always nice to be able to have a step up in there. I have an 11-year-old daughter, and any ability for her to help her get up in there, and she feels like she's, you know, climbing the champ of the world getting into this thing. It's not a flashy SUV. It's exactly what it is. It's a large SUV for people that have a lot of family, are consistently bringing a lot of things with them, whether they're doing a lot of camping or they just have a big family. As we walk along to the back of this, they didn't try to conform it like the newer Highlanders, the RAV4s, etc., where they kind of make them look all like speed dynamic like a bullet. This is the linebacker friend you had in high school. He's big all the way around, right? That's what they did with the Land Cruiser. It's just big all the way around. It's a guy with big shoulders, you know? Another thing I see a lot, obviously, is it has sensors everywhere. It's got the bird's eye view. It's also got the safety features in there, so when you're backing up, you know how far away you are from something, it'll start buzzing at you. It does have the chrome along the outside, and you'll see it's got little Land Cruiser written right there. Kind of a cool little touch. For a car you're spending $90,000 on, you want to have nice little touches to it. The grille does remind me of the 4Runner. The 4Runner is obviously their most popular SUV, so they kept that kind of feel to it. It's just a bulkier 4Runner. It's that linebacker 4Runner. One of the things I noticed when I drove it over here, there's a scooped hood. Like I said, I don't know much about the Land Cruiser. I don't know if there's any aerodynamic backing to why they did it, or if they just did it because it looks really cool. But when you're actually driving the Land Cruiser, it's one of the first things that catches your eye behind the steering wheel. Alrighty, now we're gonna get in the inside, get into the luxury items that this one has in there. And like I said, this is my first time really getting into the Land Cruiser, getting an idea of what it looks like. So all this stuff is gonna be new to me, as it is maybe with you. But right off the bat, this has a really nice layout feel in the interior of it. I'm my own captain of my own ship in this thing. Let's start off with the most important button, the engine start button. All right, I don't know if you saw that. The steering wheel dropped into place, which is kind of nice. So you can set the steering wheel to be whatever adjustments you want them to be. Steering wheel right in front of me. You know what's funny? For a big SUV, this has that smaller, tight feel to it. I like the smaller steering wheels. I don't know if you guys remember those big old steering wheels in those old trucks, man. Woo-woo! Cruising around those big things. I like the steering wheel small. Now, one of the things I noticed is you do have the heated steering wheel. The button for the heated steering wheel and the heated seats are right up here as well. You've got, once again, you've got buttons for everything. Off-road, four-wheel drive, your different crawl stuff. All of which seems to be your four-wheel drive buttons are all together in one spot. But you do have like the option to go through all your settings up top, changing the channel, changing the volume on the stereo, making phone calls, picking up a phone call that comes in, hanging up a phone call. The two buttons down over here are for those safety sensors that I was telling you about on the exterior of the car. On the door handle, we have 3 different settings. You have your touchscreen monitor, obviously with the navigation, your home button. Once again, I'm not going to get into what everything does. Should say really, really hot. What do you think? Current weather? 58. It feels way hotter than 58 right now. I'm actually sweating. So I'll show you how it has that bird's eye view. Once we go in reverse, you can tell my mirrors automatically went down. You can't see it on the video, but those go down so you can see what's below you on each side as you're going in reverse. And then here and here, you can see you have that bird's eye view so you can see everything around us. And as I turn the steering wheel, you'll see that yellow line kind of give you a graph of where you're gonna go. And it does it both on the bird's eye view and this. So this also has a straight rear camera if you don't want the bird's eye view. See, I'm learning things with you here. And then you go back to the bird's eye view. Just your backup camera or bird's eye view. Let's check out the back. All right, so now we're hopping into the back. Like I mentioned when I was on the exterior, I love that little step rail to come in. This is super nice. Once again, the seats, I don't know if you can get a good view of that, but they're super soft. This material is really soft. As you can see, it's even perforated on the seats themselves. First thing you notice when you get in, there's a screen staring you right smack dab in the face. Love this. If you have kids, you're gonna love it. Obviously, screens aren't the best thing for kids, but if you're taking a long trip, it's much better for them to be sitting here looking at this trip than be like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? When are we gonna be there? I'm hungry, I'm thirsty. Down over here, you have a ton of controls. Anything from the air conditioning controls, and I'm just noticing now that we also have heated seats, high, low, and off. Here in Southern California, heated seats aren't an important thing, but if you watch the other videos, you know my wife has to have heated seats. She has them on when it's 85 degrees out. Why? I don't know. So I have the air conditioning on right now. You have the vents low. Feel it on my legs. I've got it high, so I can feel it also on my head. Like that a lot. Here is the mid console. Oh yeah, fold out cup holders in the front. And in here, I'm not quite sure what that is. If you know what it is, comment below, because I honestly don't have any idea. It looks too small for a cell phone. Once again, I'm 5'10", and there's a lot of room over the top of my head here. The roof goes up a tad bit, so when you lean back, there's still a good 6 more inches, I would say, above my head, maybe even more. So if you're, you know, that 6'3", 6'4" range, you should still be really comfortable in the back here. Let's take a look in the trunk. All right, so here we're on the back end of it. Got the remote in my hand, push and hold the button. Let's hope something happens. Hey, it worked. Oh, we got the two-way fold up. Got one up high, one down low. So obviously the top, if you're just grabbing things and put them in the back, etc., don't need to put this way. The reason they do this is so you can get closer into it. But here, I'll top the back. You got a double folding. Here's your back seats. Gives me a reminder of the old Land Cruisers. So basically what happens is a little lever here, push that guy down, this guy pushes it up. So now you still have kind of like a half and half where you can still have room to put things back there. So there's also these additional releases on the side that if you pull them up, it'll also bring that same ability to drop that as well. I'll give you an idea of how much room is actually back here. I know a lot of times when you're watching video, it's hard to tell exactly how much room is back here. Like I said, I'm not a tall guy, I'm 5'10", but if I had to, I could actually come in here and sit down. Close that, push the button. And we're done. All right, so there you have it, the 2021 Toyota Land Cruiser. I'm sure there's a million things I've missed. Comment below if you have any questions, we'll try to get to them. And thanks again for watching Manhattan Beach Toyota's YouTube.